Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending March 13th, 2011. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at has to do with Rusty Hearts. And the news is that as of March 8th, Rusty Hearts is now accepting closed beta applications. Along with this news is that Perfect World launched a teaser site for the game. And as you can see from the gameplay, intense gameplay. Look at that guy right there, he's intense. And what I'm about to say is, as you can see from the gameplay, it is an action-oriented game. If you want to learn more about the game, definitely check out the teaser site on Perfect World's website. Unfortunately, there is no official closed beta date or open beta date for the game, so we don't know exactly when the game will come out. But hey, at least you can apply for closed beta. Next up guys, Nexon announced a major update for MapleStory called Aftershock, which will allow players with level 120 Cygnus Knight characters to create new Ultimate Explorer characters, which start at level 50 instantly. Ultimate Explorers are supposed to play like regular Explorers, but they can start at level 50, and a few other perks. The update also revamps the game's guild system and introduces a new area of the game called Castle of Lion King for level 120 plus players. The video you're seeing right now is of the new level 120 plus area, which actually looks kind of cool. Next up guys, on March 8th, Perfect World announced they will be launching a brand new game in North America, and that is called RaiderZ, and it is developed by a company called Maya Entertainment. And if you've played Guns in the past, you should be familiar with that name because Maya is actually the same company that developed Guns, and you can see they have the Z in RaiderZ, much like the Z in Guns, so Maya must really like this, putting Z at the end of their game names. Now graphically speaking, this game looks a lot better than Guns. In fact, it looks really awesome. It's a 3D fantasy action MMORPG, so the action elements should try to help differentiate it from other games too. Unfortunately though, there is no official release date set in stone, or even an open beta or closed beta date, so the game may take a little while to release, but hopefully it comes out soon. I do believe though this is the first game Maya developed since Guns the Duel. Also on March 8th, 2011, Atlas Online announced that Pandora Saga will be receiving its next major update on March 15th. The March 15th update will increase the level cap to 50, add 16 new classes in the 3rd tier job system, as well as add a bunch of new things to the game, including the title of Archduke, the ability to purchase a warhorse, and a few other things. Players will need to be level 45 before they can obtain their 3rd job though. To celebrate this announcement, Pandora Saga will be providing players with bonus experience up until the March 15th update to help players get to higher levels, so they can try to experience the 3rd jobs right away. Next up guys, also on March 8th, a lot of news on March 8th this week. Play announced the closed beta testing phase for ARGO Online. The closed beta testing phase for the game started on March 8th and will run until March 22nd. The game's closed beta will give players access to 10 huge dungeons, 20 different territories, and numerous crafting skills. Do keep in mind though, the max level during closed beta is only level 30. The closed beta is scheduled to end March 22nd, but there is no official date for open beta yet, but I suspect open beta will begin shortly after closed beta ends. Next up guys is a small update to Atlantica Online, and the small update is that Atlantica Online will be moving over to Nexon. Now this news shouldn't be too surprising because Nexon actually bought Endors quite a while ago, but they're finally moving the service over to Nexon's official website. And for a player, this really doesn't mean that much to you, but the migration will allow players to use NX Cash as a new microtransaction premium currency in the game, as well as connect players to their Nexon account system. All of this is scheduled to happen on March 22nd. Up next, on March 9th, Netmarble released a major content update for Uncharted Waters Online. The update, called Encore, released a bunch of new things to the game, mainly including a brand new region called Southeast Asia, as well as a new 10v10 naval battle system for PvP, which can last up to 7 straight days. Another new feature includes the World Tour Challenge, which challenges players to travel across the game's world and complete quests along the way. Up next, a brand new fantasy MMORPG on the browser called Pocky Ninja is beginning its closed beta on March 11th. The game is browser-based and is supposed to be poking fun at anime, but based on what I've seen so far, it mixes Naruto and Bleach characters, but it seems more like a lawsuit waiting to happen, so I'm not sure where the game is going to go, but it will be published by a company called Games 321, also called Endgames. And I say the game is a lawsuit waiting to happen because the characters look identical to the characters from Naruto and Bleach, and I'm sure based on the video you can see what I mean. The closed beta is scheduled to run up until March 18th. Afterwards, I'm sure open beta will begin shortly after. Next up, Jade Dynasty celebrates spring with a major content update. Jade Dynasty will be releasing its next big content update on March 17th. And the update will add new quests for Ascended players level 120 plus. And these new quests unlock the new Chroma skill system, which is a new set of skills that use a new Vigor resource. Players can expect 4 of these skills per faction. Another major new thing in the update is a brand new area called Dragon Mountain for level 90 plus players. Lastly, players can also expect new gear, quests, and updated UI. Wow, lots of updates this week, and the next one is Dynasty Warriors to release Heavenly Strike update on March 14th. And this is the first major content update for Dynasty Warriors Online, and it's adding a lot of stuff to the game. Added in the update will be a new Muso tournament system, Lu Bu as a 5th faction, a beautician that allows players to alter their appearance, the Peachtree Garden as a neutral city hub, the Kunlun Mountains battleground, and more. And remember, this update is coming on March 14th. The next and last piece of news this week is that League of Legends released a brand new game mode called Co-op versus AI. And the game mode is exactly what it sounds like. It allows players to work cooperatively against a team of AI computers. It's actually a great way to practice League of Legends without actually playing against actual players. AI opponents will have 2 levels of difficulty, and players will still earn XP and IP while playing in this mode. Well guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for upcoming games, we got nothing. But as for games recently launched, we have numerous games to look at. And the first game is that Forsaken World began its open beta testing phase on March 9th. And of course, nowadays, open beta pretty much means full release. So yes guys, once again, I'm going to mention it, you won't need any more beta keys to play Forsaken World. It is actually fully launched. Well, just about. Which just recently launched is Faxion Online, which began its open beta testing phase on March 10th. The game is actually sort of a true open beta because there's still a lot of features lacking in the game, but the game did begin its open beta and players all over the world can actually start playing the game. One thing worth mentioning is that Faxion Online was developed by UTV True Games and is actually their first game to be fully developed in-house, which actually makes Faxion Online one of the few Western developed free-to-play MMORPGs. Another free-to-play MMO which went into open beta this week is Microvolts. It began its open beta on March 10th. If you haven't heard of Microvolts, it's a 3D third-person MMO shooter published by a company called Rock Hip Hop Productions. Now, graphically speaking, it looks a bit like S4 League / Team Fortress 2. The game's open beta launched by adding a small update to the game, which added a new game mode called Elimination, as well as two new maps called Castle and Junkyard. Another game which actually just launched this week, also on March 10th, is Cabot Online, published by Cabot Online Entertainment. Players who register for the game between March 11th and March 18th will get a free necklace in the game as well as 100 intermediate healthy potions. If you haven't heard of Cabot Online, it's a 3D fantasy MMORPG with pretty solid graphics. Anyway guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending March 13th, 2011. Now if you want to read about or learn more about any of the games I mentioned in this video, head on over to MMOHut.com/news. Anyway guys, this is Omer, signing off.